Welcome to Chamber Web TV, and as promised, here I am with Pat in the Hat having a chat.
Yes.
You were just telling me you're how many hours in now?
I'm 8 hours, a little bit more than 8 hours in. So this time tomorrow, I will already be on the other side.
Oh,
well, maybe not literally
that's
on the
kind of... No, we don't want that. Yeah. We still want you on this side,
yes.
but maybe on the other side of the hat. Yes, that would be wonderful. But what I've noticed here, Pat, is it's small.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It would be a little bit claustrophobic, I think, for me.
Yeah, a couple of people were in, but only for a few minutes.
And really?
Said I can't do this. So, but I mean, I'm.
But you know what? Kudos to you and your team for coming up with an incredible idea like this. And I know it's not the easiest thing to come and spend, what, 32 hours inside a hat, inside a really busy mall.
Yeah.
But you know, it's really a testament to you, the individual, and your organization on how creative you can be to come up with ideas on how can we do things to bring awareness, because this is a big awareness issue as well. But also, how do we generate revenue? And
for sure.
It's just, you know, what a great example of how creative you can be in a community like this.
Well, one of the staff, he made it with his partner, and I mean it's quite a design.
It is.
And anyways, this is now the third year. I think we've had to make changes. Maybe I think it's the top sort of got cracked a bit last year or the year before, so we had to replace that. But otherwise, it's the same hat. We just pack it away.
So how has it been your first 8 hours in?
Really awesome. I mean, certainly at 10 o'clock when we kicked off, we had great turnout. Scott was here from the chamber.
Yes.
And a couple of other people from the chamber, but had really good turnout from area politicians and companies, and it was really cool, the number of companies that when they get up, I said to Rachel, don't forget to say they received an award last night or they were nominated last night. It was very cool, and I guess I knew that we had good support from the chamber companies, but it was really awesome to see them coming to sponsor this.
That was very
awesome.
Nice from my perspective to certainly hear that as well. But
and then the day, has been good. People in and out. Staff.
Well, when I got here, Councillor Donna Reid was in having a chat with Pat and Hat, and that's what people need to remember, to come down and that's what you're here for. You're here, and I noticed that, and what folks won't see on the cameras, there's an elevated kind of a stage almost affair inside the hat here. That's why I'm standing up and bend over a little bit. But this gives an opportunity for you to actually be above the hat and talk to people, certainly about the program, what you're trying to do here, but more importantly to talk about the food bank. So let's talk a little bit about what the project is this year.
Okay.
Sadly, it's about the expansion of your warehouse.
Right.
And
I mean, I think, Greg, if we weren't here, how awesome would that be?
Yeah.
However, we are, and one of the things that we really need is more warehouse space. Like at Christmas, I remember walking in the warehouse and thinking, oh my goodness, this is so not safe, because it is so crowded. And that's not a safe way for volunteers to work, the staff to work. But the other piece is, really surprisingly, the last 2 to 3 months, the retail stores have really come on board with donating produce. So our cooler and freezer are no way big enough to be able to, so it means when we get everything in, then we better get it out right away, because the last thing we need is food spoiling, fruits. And on Monday I went downstairs and there was a mom had come in and she picked up this peach and she said, I can put this in my daughter's lunch. And she was so thrilled to have this peach to put in her daughter's lunch, and she said, the kids are supposed to have healthy things and I don't always have healthy things. And I thought, the store that donated the produce that day, they had no clue for that family was things for their kids' lunch.
How meaningful that one peach was, Yeah, that's a heartwarming story. It's a sad story. But it's a story of reality. And I know we all agree with you. We wish you could reduce the size of your warehouse, not expand the size of your warehouse, but that's not the reality of the day. How much do you need to raise?
Well, $450,000.
Well, I know you say that with a little cringe on your face, but it's something. That one story about that woman who came in and picked out a peach and said, "Wow, I can put this in my daughter's lunch." That people need to open up their hearts, and then along with that, their wallets, and understand that there are people that we might take for granted having that peach in our refrigerator, but there are people that look at that as something really, really special, and that's, in one degree, very, very sad. But in another point, it shines on the example of how we as a broader community, because there's lots of people that can contribute, even in a small way, it all goes to help. So
I guess I think if everybody could do the best that they can, we could reach the 450,000. It's a huge number for us. We don't have fundraisers that raise that kind of money. So for us to set a goal for that is like, oh my God, it is a huge goal. But it also, I believe it's attainable in our community. The things sometimes we're down to, I remember once being down to a couple of cans of pasta on a shelf and thinking, like, I need 1,000 cans of pasta. And the next day got a phone call from a bar in town that said, we thought we'd do this food drive. And I have to be honest, I was surprised that it was a bar that came forward, because you kind of think it would be, I don't know, whatever. But they did an awesome job. And,
wow.
So my hope is that people will hear about this that maybe we wouldn't even know about, or we don't know that they perhaps have the means to contribute towards it. So.
Yeah. Well, I certainly hope so too. I think, from my perspective, I look at it, that's those of us who are blessed in some way or another, and recognize the fact that there are people in our community that maybe aren't so blessed. That, we just, as being a fellow human being, and especially being a fellow citizen of this community, we need to at least come forward a little bit and help. And you know what? It wouldn't take very many people in this community to come forward a little bit and help with this campaign.
For sure, yeah.
So this is going to be ongoing. It's not just during the period of time for Pat in the Hat. It's going to be an ongoing campaign. When do you hope to attain that number?
I think it would be really awesome if we had, or a good portion of the money raised by the fall. And that's a bit of a lofty goal. Although today, Ken Sealing said there's some new infrastructure money. He said maybe talk to Brian May about it and see does it fit. So, I think that's how it'll come across, with somebody knows somebody or somebody knows something else. And
do you have company here tonight, Pat?
A company?
No, do you have company?
Oh, yes, I do. Oh, sorry, company, yes. My dear sister, bless her heart. She's going to sleep outside the Hat tonight.
Okay.
So, and she's a bit nervous at times. So, and it's a noisy place, as I said before. So it'll be interesting to see how she handles that. But yeah, she's going to stay. So, and
well,
I have
nice.
no trouble. I sleep anywhere. So I suspect I will be long asleep and she will be wide awake.
Well, I was saying, we were, it was very nice to have Farm Boy come along and give us dinner tonight.
Oh my goodness.
And then they've left you with a whole bunch of snacks, and actually some that look like you're going to have some fun in the Hat tonight.
I am going to.
Pat's going to be in the Hat, snacking away on all kinds of wonderful things from Farm Boy.
This is my very big weakness in
jujubes,
life. Yeah, that is my downfall.
So we want to make sure we thank Farm Boy too for not only their support of not only bringing us supper tonight, but also their support of the food bank as well.
And they were here this morning as well. Oh yeah,
they?
we've received some amazing things from them.
They're a great small organization, and we've often said we do a lot of our shopping now on Farm Boy. It's priced just as well as anybody else, but it's that quaint neighborhood kind of feel.
Well, Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, they donated so many things that we shared with the shelter in town and with different people that we knew were struggling with things. And it was, and like not the kind of things, just really amazing food. Like if you walk into the deli things that they have. Yeah. So we were really thrilled with what they gave us. Yeah, that's fantastic. So we thank Farm Boy certainly for filling our bellies. But Pat, you've got my personal and the Chamber's support at your effort. Unfortunately, we have to do this, but we want to make sure that we tell you that the Chamber is going to do what it can to push people to
to make a contribution, and certainly they can drop down and see you or see your staff and make a contribution after this campaign. But certainly this is a great way to shed some light on it. And
sir, Greg, if somebody even wants to come by the food bank, and if we showed them the warehouse, I think when you see it and you go, oh, okay, now we get it, because it's pretty full.
Yeah.
And it's a great. At the time we moved in there, the walk-in cooler and freezer were awesome.
Yeah.
However, our numbers, we were maybe 350, 400 emergencies. Now we're close to 1,000.
Yeah.
So, now you can see, okay, this is why we need a bigger freezer. Would I like the numbers to drop to under 200? Oh yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, but it's just not the reality, unfortunately. But here we are with Pat in the Hat, having a chat, talking about an aggressive program from her perspective for the Cambridge Self-Help Food Bank to raise $450,000 to expand their warehouse. We all need to get behind this. I think this is a program that obviously we know the benefit that Pat's staff and the food bank have brought to our community, to those who need it. And we need to step up, and I hope that everyone who sees this video will take a drive down to the food bank someday, have a visit with Pat and her staff, and make a small contribution. Whatever you can do is going to go a long way to help.
For sure, yeah.
Good luck, kiddo.
Thank you very much.
And enjoy your evening tonight.
Thank you.